Good afternoon, everyone. My topic this afternoon is all about consequences of teaching hard rules. All teachers enter rules and consequences. Rules and consequences are specific classroom behavior policies that help to support the principles. According to Felix 1980 shows us what happens when the students are asked to learn rules are too difficult for them. Rules that are not only difficult to learn, but that are also not yet acquired. Not only were such students asked to learn about the difficult rules, they will also use them in a monitored situation. In this case, students may have hard time adjusting of what word they use in speaking, how to follow the new and hard rules that they did not learn and encountered yet. This can be a major error in understanding of what they want to understand. It's because teaching hard rules in class always ends up either positive or negative effects in class environment. The class composed of many different types of students, and this is truly a manifestation that the class is diverse. Some students might understand the rules that you are trying to impose positively, which is not favorable also in our part as a teacher. Okay, because what matters the most is the way of teacher and how he or she will manage this scenario, and must keep up a better solution to escalate these issues regarding to imposing the rules, right? Okay. This result is quite predictable. The rules was simply too hard to learn, was not yet acquired. According to Felix notes that, according to his research elliptic sentences do not appear until relatively late, even in input-containing sentences of this sort. Okay. For example, in this sentence, "It's no, my cow. Doesn't she eat apples?" As you can see, the sentence are basic, but the usage of words are irregular, form which is may lead to confusion. Okay. Diba? Ang sentence is simple lang siya, but lisod ko siya sabton. Wala ta kabalo kung unsa ang meaning jud ana. That's why it may lead to confusion for us. There are a lot of examples here, and both of these sentences are interpretable and difficult to understand as variants of what has been acquired without the contribution of this conscious grammar. To fully appreciate the significance of these errors, we first need to briefly review what is all about the accusation of the negation and informal language accusation. And in this, the negative marker goes outside the sentence, which is the word is no. Okay, the explanation of this, according to Felix, in sentence number 1, appears to be a stage, and that the transitional form, this error is typical intermediate stage, and all acquirers go through before fully acquiring the correct form. Okay, another. He no bite you. He not little he did. Okay. And thus sentence number 2, according to Felix, is not yes or no question. Felix maintains that it is not instead a negative declaration. Felix interprets these errors as a transitional form. Okay, let's move on that. Wording rules. Rules should be specific, clearly stated, worded behaviorally rather than morally. If we leave the door open, the misinterpretation of our rules, students will get up across that threshold. The more specific behavioral and clear in rules are the Skinner students will have that to be fit and through the doorway. For example, this is the limit of number of classroom rules to 5 or 6 at the most. Okay. Follow direction. Don't interrupt others' right to learn may right to teach. Okay. Follow the school rules, and rules should be specific, clearly stated, and worded behavior. As I said earlier na dapat jud daw na pag maghimo og rules dapat kanang ano jud siya kanang naka-stated jud siya, worded jud siya. That's it. And conscious classroom management. Okay. Listen attentively while other students contribute to a class discussion. Speak only in appropriate times. Raise your hand and wait for your permission to speak. Listen quietly and when someone else is talking. Use appropriate language used in a level voice in a classroom. Touch other students' belongingness with other permission. And the last is, you are responsible completing your own work unless group work is assigned.